Should your wife be your best friend?
Yes. I don't know why it's a question.
Wow.
You feel like undisputedly every wife should be every husband's best friend.
Yes.
We live?
Love.
We live. Welcome back to the Opinion Factory podcast, the podcast for free thinkers and challenge seekers.
Yes, sir.
I'm Khelil.
I'm Alex, and here we're back at Open Another Pod,
Hi.
the host of Girlfriend's Guide podcast. Strongly recommend you check it out.
Thank you.
Thati, the nurse. Thati, say what's up to the people.
Hi guys. Thank you guys for having me back.
Of
course.
Excited.
Love your podcast, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dear Black Kings episode, one of my favorites, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I will say that,
Thank
right?
you guys
Yeah.
for
Of
being
course,
Black amazing kings.
Of course.
The reason we brought you here today is because we had a question, right? The question being, should your wife be your best friend?
Yes.
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 Why is that so easy to even answer?
I don't know why it's a question.
Wow.
You feel like undisputedly every wife should be every husband's best friend.
Yes.
Go on. Let's
Because I
hear
feel
it.
like
Let's hear
if
it.
she's not your best friend, then kind of like what's the point? Like,
She's
wouldn't
your
wife.
you want your wife to also have the components of your best friend?
Yeah, she
But
can
there's-
have the components, but she's also not him or her, though.
Right, there's a difference between like the qualities of a best friend and then what you can do and say and how you can be with her that you can't be with a best friend necessarily.
But she can be both.
I feel like you have to separate
She
that.
can be,
She can be both, yeah.
but
She should be both.
should she? I don't know.
think
I
she
don't know if I
should.
agree with should. Like I want to be able to chill with my wife and do things
Mm-hmm.
I want to do with her regularly, whatever. But the things that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
But there's probably things that she does not enjoy, or that I enjoy doing with my boys or my best friend.
Exactly.
That's like it's like
Like she could.
Go ahead.
All right, so it's like she could be someone that I love watching movies with, and that's could be what we do. But if I want to go to a bar or I want to go like go-kart racing or something, I'm not gonna go with her. I'm gonna go with my best friend or the person best suited for that activity.
What if she's best suited for that activity?
that's wonderful. It works
She-
out.
let's
It
just say
works-
she isn't.
That's like a
Okay.
if she is, it's a bonus, right? If my wife or girl plays basketball, it's a bonus. If she plays video games, that's a bonus, right? If she's like a camera person or a podcaster, like those are all things that's great and things that we'll do and bond over for the majority of our relationship.
That's wonderful.
But if she does not have those things, that's okay because there'll still be other avenues of our relationship. We'll be like, yeah, we're good. We like watching movies together. We like going out to eat together. We like going to art shows together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Two questions.
Yo.
First being, what is the criteria to be considered a best friend? And two, like, I'm thinking I had the second one. I forgot it, but let's talk about that first one
That was
first.
what I was gonna ask you.
First
guys.
one's like a ride or die. Like you have your best friend, always got your back. They're like some shit goes down, person you call. If you need help, they're the person you go to, right? Like whatever type of
So
you
the
should be able to
element
go
of-
to you should be able to go to your best friend. Whatever type of situation, yo, I need a favor. I need you to help me move, or I need like $50 or so, like whatever. Like
Is it
whatever
just an
happens,
element of trust? Is that the person you trust the
Why
most?
can't you do that with your wife?
You can do that.
So
No,
why
you do that,
can't
so-
she be considered your best friend as well? If she wasn't your wife
So
and you met her like in school, she had every single component, that would be your best friend. But because she's your wife, she can't be your best
no,
friend.
she can be. I'm not saying she can't be. I'm saying she can be. I'm arguing.
Should she?
Yeah, should she? And the reason why I have not, so like most people, at least now, before it used to be you met your significant other in high school. It's not really the case for most of us, right? So, but your best friend is likely to come from high school or before.
Right.
So you've had all that time, all that experience, and now it's like, oh, I got my girl, I got my wife, yo, fuck you, like, see you later.
Yeah, what happened to the
you know what I'm
previous
saying?
best
Like,
friend?
It
They can still be your best friend.
But you can only have
So that's
one
why-
best friend though.
No, you know. There's a hierarchy
Yeah.
to your best friend, but that's not
But the
top.
one at the top
of
is
the
the
pyramid,
best
top
friend.
The very best.
The one at the top is the best friend.
That's the best friend.
Okay, but I feel like she should be because wouldn't you just want your wife to be your best friend? And I know it can be, but I think it should because I just feel like as your wife, her being the mixture of both worlds would just make your life easier. Her being your best friend. Someone, you don't have to go karting or go shoot guns or go to the bar, but that, not being able to do that doesn't mean she's not your best friend.
That's true and all, but at the same time, you don't need to be my best friend to be my wife. That's the thing, right? And there are some things, some language, some behavioral characteristics that you have with a typical man's best friend, right? Another man. Things that you can do with them that you really don't want to do with your wife.
That's fine.
So I can't really, no, like if we're out, we're watching sports, or, you know, all the time I walk up and I play fight and I box you in the shoulder and I talk disrespectful, mad disrespectful, like, shut the fuck up, nigga, like, this bitch over here, like, I can't do that to my wife, but I can do that to my best friend.
Yeah.
So if she's my best friend, there's parts of me that I will need to hold back, right, that I can't.
So now we're holding back from being a true self with your wife?
From being my best friend, buddy type with my wife.
Shouldn't your partner be the person you can be your ultimate self with?
But not buddy.
So
not buddy to the extent of like.
Yeah, real quick to harp on this. No, because everyone's different with different people, right? And the same thing applies to your wife.
Yeah.
Everyone's different with different people. So if I'm like a guy and I like, so easy example I have, I love sports. I love basketball. I coach basketball. This guy does not care about sports at all. Does not care. The only sport he relatively cares about is track.
Only in the Olympics, though.
Yeah, and he'll like play soccer occasionally. So knowing that part of our relationship, I can't obtain from him, even though we're very close friends. I can go to other people and have that type of relationship. I feel like that's the same thing with the wife. Like there's just avenues and things you do together that may not be with your wife. Like you're not gonna find someone that's exactly like you. There's only one you.
Yes.
There's only you know. So we got a person that you have a bunch of stuff in common with, but there's still gonna be things that you want to do that your wife might not like. Or that
which is fine, but I also think like you can have multiple. Like let's take the wife out of it for a second. So you have two best friends. Like you said, Khelil's not into sports, but you have a best friend who is.
Yeah.
But you also have this podcast with him. So you have two best friends, but different things you guys have in common. So why can't your wife be the third best friend? Because you have this, like, you know what I mean?
Because I feel like there's more to a best friend than just having things in common.
Yeah, and I also feel like
that. And your wife, she's the mother of your child, possibly that's more, like, you know what I mean?
But in that aspect, she's more of a life partner than a friend.
And I also feel like women have like 7 best friends, which is always weird to me.
I have 5.
Like, how do you have 5 best?
Yeah, the best is like the number one.
Like, I'll give you 3 best friends. After 3 is too much.
So, okay, I have a lifelong best friend. We were literally born in the same apartment. 25 years of friends. Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy. Then I have Ashley.
Shout out to Cindy, by the way.
Okay.
She's come up a couple times.
And then Ashley met in 6th grade.
Javier? No. Auguste.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then my other 2 best friends I met in high school. Okay. And then my other best friend, Ellie, met in college, have a podcast.
Yeah.
So it's like I met them all in different times of my life. They're all my best friends. We all have different relationships.
Yes.
And now you're going to have another best friend once you get married.
Oh, it's just too many. That's just too many.
I
I don't feel like that's best friend.
Why?
I feel like there's so much more to being a best friend than just saying, well, you know, we share a lot of experiences together and we have a lot of common interests.
Well, yeah, there's history and that builds, and then there's like life experiences.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm having life experiences with my husband before he's my husband.
But I'm sure there's more to it than that.
So he could be my husband, so he could be my best friend as well. Like I'm building.
I just feel like he's your husband. I just feel like it's a different terminology. He's your husband.
No, because the experiences I'm building with my husband, my future best friend, are different than the experiences I built with my other 5 friends. Because now we're talking a whole new level of connection.
So I'll ask you this: would you want your husband to treat you how he treats his best friend?
To a certain extent. What are we talking about?
No. Like you're his best friend. You're his best friend.
He can treat me like he treats his best friend.
No, he cannot, and you know that.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I need some examples.
So he comes home and he's like, "Yo, what up, bro?"
No, I'm gonna
You don't have to worry about you. Yeah, it was good.
I'm the type of girlfriend. It's like, yo, bro, you're my nigga. Like,
I don't like that though. I don't want that type of relationship with my girlfriend.
That's a friendship. Why can't
But that's a different type of friendship. We have a friendship in the fact that we trust each other, we rely on each other, we come to each other for like our hopes, our dreams, our wants, our needs, all that stuff.
That's not a best friend.
I can't just be like, I don't have that ease that I can be with my, because I have, when I come home, I can't just say what's up and go sit down. Like, what's on the TV, bro? I can't do that. I gotta worry about the kids. I gotta worry about how your day was. I gotta worry about if the house is in good order. Do we have dinner? Should I be cooking? Should you be cooking? This is a different type of relationship.
So
it's not a best friendship.
Say you live with your best friend, you guys are roommates. Wouldn't you be like, yo, bro, how was your day? Yo, bro, are you cooking tonight or am I cooking tonight? So you're just not gonna eat?
I feel like that's something that sorts itself out. I
feel like I would not, if I live with my best friend, I wouldn't be cooking for the both of us though.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a conversation. Like,
so maybe guys are just different.
I can't imagine, like, I can't imagine I'm living with, like.
And I would not ask him, yo, bro, house.
Yo, bro, I just bought a pizza, I didn't finish it. This, you can have the other half.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can do that.
And it's okay, you're not cooking for each other, but you're like, yo, let me make sure he's good. I didn't finish this. Does he want this to eat?
But can I do that to my wife? If you came home and your man is like, bro, I had some pizza.
You're asking if she, like, who's cooking. Like, the terminology may be different, but the acts are the same.
No, but the acts are different.
No, the acts are different.
Because I can get pizza and leave you the leftovers. You're not going to be satisfied with that.
As your wife?
As my wife. If that's how it was on the regular. We don't really make dinner plans, but you can get some pizza if I have some pizza. I didn't even ask you what you wanted on the pizza. But that's how it is with guys, like, with actual best friends.
Scenario, I'm getting pizza. I'm not really thinking about him. I'm like,
exactly.
You can have it if you want. But what if I got like I got pizza that you hate the topping on?
Exactly.
Right? I got like
different. You know, I think it's just because guys don't have that instinct to nurture. Thank you. I was gonna say nurture. Nurture, because if I'm living with my best friend and I'm like, yo, I'm getting pizza. Like, is there something you want? That's automatic. That's automatic. A woman's thing to take care of others and think of that.
So you always make decisions based on how your best friend is gonna feel about it.
If I'm living with someone, I'm considered like.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're living with them, you're gonna make all decisions on the house, or on the food or everything. But you have to do that with your wife. So that's a restriction that you have. You can't just do what you want with your wife like you would do with your best friend. And so if you treat them the same, the reason I feel like you shouldn't be because you cannot treat them the same. I cannot go home to my wife and treat her like she's my boy.
But is that necessarily a bad thing? Does that make you like not as comfortable? Because you're saying
like, she won't be satisfied with that. That's the thing. That's not conducive to a healthy sexual relationship.
But I still think just because you can't necessarily act like that all the way in terms of, yo, I just brought pizza, here's half, that doesn't mean she can't be your best friend. No, it's just a best friend in a different aspect. Because I'm telling you, if you're going to be best friend with your boy that you knew since 5 years old, but you're not going to claim the woman who pushed out your child out of her vagina as your best friend, that level of intimacy.
Isn't she more than my best friend at that point? She's literally like my second half. Yeah.
So you wouldn't consider your second half your best friend?
That's different.
I also agree.
That's different.
I also agree. I'm in.
Second half is way above best friend. A life partner is not a best.
It's also not the same role either.
But here's my thing. I agree with that. But the question is, should your wife be your best? So in my mind, it's like wife and best friend. So is life partner being entered into this conversation? Because clearly that's what she is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's wife, life partner, same thing.
Best friend also carries a weight. Because like you're saying, there's a difference. So
but you don't move through life with your best friend.
Yes. That's perfect. Thank you. You can move through life with your best friend, right? But you and your best friend still live your own independent lives.
Okay.
Right? I'm like, he has his own life that he can worry about. I'm doing my own thing. And like my other boy can do his own thing. Own independent lives of each other. My wife is, I'm here sleeping next to you every single day. We wake up together. We go to bed together. We spend our day together. We spend our free time together. We plan our bills together, our payment,
bank accounts.
So you know what I think it is? I think we're thinking of best friends a little bit differently.
Which is why I asked, what's the best friend?
So for me, and now I get you guys' point, because like best friends independently, because I have 5 best friends. If I base my decisions of life on 5 different people, that would be crazy.
Right.
And your partner is someone you lay with, I get that. But I also feel like best friend carries those aspects. Someone you can go to all the time.
Of course.
You're in a situation if you go to jail, but it's not your fault because you probably wouldn't want to call your wife if it's your fault. But it's not your fault. Who are you calling to bail you out?
Come on.
Okay. Why are you calling your wife?
She got access to the bank account that we shared.
No, not money wise. Because that's your best
Yeah.
friend. You feel safe with her coming
To be honest,
I feel like
to be honest, if I went to jail,
too,
no, to be honest, if I went to jail for any reason at all, I would not want my wife to know until I'm home.
Also
I could see
valid.
that. I could see that.
I wouldn't call her while I'm in jail. That's gonna be like a whole panic, a whole shit show at the police station.
Okay, so you wouldn't not call her because it's like she's not my person, not countless, because you don't want to worry her. But taking that aspect out of it, you're calling her because you have that comfort, that trust, that relationship with her that she has your back.
She might also
you
chew me out.
describe someone that if you're in a situation, your best friend is gonna have your back.
Yeah, and
there's no
my
best
wife-
friend like your wife. Period. And if like that's just what it is.
Let's talk about long term now. All right, hold on. So, do you ever get like sick, like just sick to death of your best friend? Like I cannot stand looking at you
Sometimes you need a break from your best friend.
another day.
Ooh.
Has that ever? I've never experienced that.
Not to that extent, but sometimes you're like, yo.
But that happens with your wife or your husband.
Yeah.
And so, do you? If a best friendship is something that should be long term without the pressures of a sexual relationship, I feel like that's important. It should be that since a marriage, like a husband and wife relationship, can go down the drain just from longevity, it should be different from a best friendship.
Okay.
If you're my best friend, I'm gonna have to treat you in such a way that, like, it's true to what a best friendship is. I can't just have you be best friend by name because, you know, I like you, you like me, we do everything together. It can't just be by name. It has to be in every way. Is that fair to say?
In every way.
We need to be my best friend. We need to have a best friendship. And we don't have a best friendship. We have a husband-wife relationship.
Okay. Why can't you have both?
It just doesn't feel that way.
One, if you mix, it's like mixing business and pleasure, kind of. And marriage isn't business.
It is, but
But it's like,
Kind of is.
no, it is. It is. I agree. It is a business, but at the same time, it's kind of like you can have that best friend aspect in your marriage.
just like you can probably,
So
you
is there
know,
a friendship
mix
in
business
marriage?
and,
Is there
and
a
pleasure.
friendship?
There is friendship.
You know, hold on, time out. I'm mad I let y'all get away with this for so long. You friends with your exes?
No.
You friends with
No.
your exes? You see, if you and your wife break up today or tomorrow, right? Your husband break up. Chances y'all still friends.
Depends on how you go about it.
What are the chances? But the chances y'all still friends. It could be the most amicable breakup of all time. What are the chances y'all still friends? Very low. Me and my best friend go through a bunch of shit. Me and my best friend don't break up. Like we're not life partners. We're not gonna break up.
Right.
We might have some differences or whatever, but that best friend will always kind of be there. And I'm not saying your wife might not always be there, but you can break up with your wife. You can break up with your husband.
But best friends can also stop being best friends.
They can stop being best friends.
But you still
But-
acknowledge that person. You're like, yo, that was my best friend. My ex, not friends at all. I acknowledge at one point in my life, he was my best friend.
Over the other 5.
No, I'm not saying over. He was just, honestly.
Wait, that's a good point. Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, I am not, because he's no longer here. My 5 best friends are. But at the same time, when you're in a, I'm going to say marriage, because relationships, when you're in a marriage with
We'll
somebody.
talk about that.
When you're in a marriage with
we'll
somebody,
come back
I
to
think it's safe to say that your husband or wife holds more weight than your best friends.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm not-
if they're-
And so,
I'm not-
in essence, they're not the same.
so in essence, that's the top best friend. That's
No.
number one.
I thought they were just separate from the best friends.
They're above the best friend. No argument from me.
Yeah.
No argument from me. Wife or husband is above the best friend. But they are not the same.
Question. So say you have a female best friend, you fall in love with her, that's your wife. Is she no longer your best friend?
Ooh. All right, let me think about this.
All right, you know
There's
what?
We're
way
best
you
friends.
put a ring and you make a commitment to be with her forever that devalues the best friendship.
I will say she went from being my best friend to my wife.
And would you still consider her your best friend though?
I mean, do
Well,
I
no.
have like what's the relationship with my friends?
Okay, so with
Like,
you
is that,
guys,
like, good-
clearly
Oh, no, I
there's a
kind of get her point. I get her point. I get that.
said, I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3. I feel like 5 or 6 or 7 is just like, what's the word best? I feel like I said ride or die. You know. I will say in this specific situation, that's fair. I think that's fair.
So,
but how often do best friends marry each other though?
With opposite, it happens.
It happens, but how often?
How often? I feel like maybe like 20%, maybe.
Okay, so question.
So maybe that's when. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
When you're married and say she's not your best friend, can she become your best friend?
No, different relationship. Different relationship. Different
Starting from a friendship is different from starting from a relationship.
Yeah.
So within that relationship, you don't think over time you would consider her your best friend? You guys are 60 years old, raised 3 kids, been through hell and back. You're not gonna say like, yo, you're my best friend.
That is one hell of a life partner.
Yeah. Wow. It's my wife. We won't do
Is it because you feel like best friend is not like it's not enough?
It's not enough.
It's not even that I feel like it's not enough. I just feel like it's a different role.
Right, and that role isn't really the role that the wife is playing.
Yeah,
you're not here to.
The wife can do many things the best friend does, but the wife is also doing many things the best friend doesn't do, and the best friend is doing some things that the wife doesn't do. Like, I'm not over
all
here,
appropriate, of course.
Yeah, I'm not here like fucking my best friend. I'm not here like freaking playing out mortgages with my best friend. Like it's just.
I'm not bringing my best friend flowers every time she's down.
It's a different role. It's a complete different role.
I wish I had another girl here because it's like, am I crazy?
No. The thing is too. I always see this is like girls always say, "I married my best friend."
Yes.
But I never see guys say that.
That is true.
I never see guys say that.
We're really out here looking stupid. That's so true.
But I haven't heard one guy say, "I married my best friend today." I haven't. All people I know I got married. I've never heard one of them say that.
I just want to know what is it about.
I married my best friend.
What is it about best friendship that's so attractive to you that you have to attach a marriage to it?
Because I feel like a best friend is like, it's something special. Like, that's my best friend. Like,
Yeah,
I can
that
be
is
goofy, I can do this,
That
I
is
can
something
do that.
special. But
So
also, your wife is something special. Your husband's something special too.
I understand that, but I feel like you're my husband. Yes, let's be honest. There's people who are married, and it's like you said, it's a business. There's the partnership, there's the romance, but it's like there's not really that friendship or that. Like, there's not.
You have to like them.
It's
more to love them, but you have to like them.
I mean,
I don't think. Enough.
But you have to like them as well, and not to like come home and have a conversation with them and stuff like that.
I need to be my best friend to the point like, yo, bro.
Nah, I don't want my wife calling me bro.
Why?
That's too masculine.
Oh yeah, this reminds me of the other episode.
Yes.
Masculine. We
yes.
went through this. We know this.
And maybe that's what I'm trying to. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get.
All right, so I don't know. I feel like if my like while my ex was like nigga, I'd be like I wouldn't care.
Okay, so let's take away
I'm
those
saying
words.
that. No, but like
and nigga, like, but what if?
It's like nigga too masculine. All right,
buddy.
Okay, because I
pal. I was like, really?
I feel like the word is heavy. The word is masculinity. So what's a word that she could say that equates to the same thing but would make you feel comfortable?
Could you say nigga to you?
Like in what context?
Like, hey nigga. Like,
no. Not even like that. Like a reaction.
Like nigga, what? Like that?
Kinda. Like so my ex would do that shit all the time. Like that's so just like nigga. Like
yeah,
some shit like
that's fine.
I feel like that's cool.
That's fine.
Okay,
that's different from bro though.
Yeah.
That is different from bro though. Girls call niggas all the do girls call girls bros all the time?
I'm masculine. That's what I do.
I've never seen a girl say, yo, what's up, bro? To like another girl.
I call my girls bro. I do.
You're a special case.
Yeah.
We've known that since the last episode, though.
We know this. But like, okay, but like I said,
I don't want to come home and be like, my wife's like, yo, what's up, bro? I don't want that.
I feel like to women.
It's not even like a yo, what's up, bro? It's like, okay, you guys are playing a video game. Like, yo, bro, I just made that. Like, that's not okay. That's some friendship.
Khelil shaking his head very big.
Okay, yo, Khelil, I just made that. That's better.
Yo, babe.
So I can't even use your name now?
Don't call me by my name. My name is Babe.
No, I agree. Don't call me by my name.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, don't
That's like really weird.
Don't call it.
But my best friend's gonna call me by my name.
I'll say bro a lot.
Yeah, but if you could say, yo, Khelil, what's going on? I'm like, yo, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
You wouldn't say,
so then she said, yo, babe. But
Yeah.
that's still the French, babe is not a
Babe.
friendship word. So it's really the words, huh?
the words is a big part of it.
Words, though.
And I feel like with
Words.
women, the idea of having your husband be a best friend is very attractive because there's that like underlying, like romance story. It implies, to me, what I'm assuming is like, think of like all the Hollywood movies where they start off as best friends and then they become lovers and then become married. They have that foundation of friendship. And I feel like women love emphasizing that foundation of friendship that's there to the point where they will say, that's my best friend. But men, we don't really emphasize that foundation of friendship as much, I want to say. Like, it's not as romanticized to us.
You know what's so funny? When girls and guys are in the talking stage or dating stage, guys are so quick, like, we need to build a friendship before I can call you my girl. But the minute it's marriage,
Who said that?
Friendship.
Who said that?
What?
I'm very specific to the point where I am more than your friend. If any, I've had this multiple times with either friends with benefits or ex-girlfriends. Can we just be friends? No, I'm not your friend.
Yo,
if that's what you want to do,
all the time.
If that's
all the time,
exactly.
Man.
If you just want to be friends, I'm not gonna be around because I am not your friend. I don't want to be just friends with you.
Never the goal. You guys are the only guys I hear say this because a lot of guys.
I've only heard one guy say what you said. Mm-hmm. That's the only one. Like, I'd rather be friends first. Because when the thing, and here's the justification I use: when you're friends first, like, you know them.
Yeah.
Right. You know who the person is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can date them. Like, you know, like, their sexual history is. You know what they like. All the shit that they do, you know it because you guys are cool and tell each other shit. When you're just meeting somebody for the first time, you don't know what the fuck they're hiding.
No, but while you're dating, you find out all those things.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. They want to be friends.
Like how would you find out if your girl was true about her sexual history with you?
I don't care about my girl's sexual history.
No, but
like
if you did though, but it's like one of those things. Like, there's things you can just hide that would not come up and there's things that you would
tell your friends.
Exactly. If you're friends, if I was friends with a girl and she was like telling me about like this guy she liked and she looked up or she told me some other guys she liked, like, I know that about her, right? And if that's something that bothers me, or if I know how she acts in this situation, I already know this about her, and then I start to date her. Whereas before, I don't know this chick, I'm in the process of getting to know her and dating her, I may not have all this information to me that I did if we were friends.
And is that information even important to the relationship?
It could be.
It could be, but I feel like it's a luxury to have that friendship beforehand before you start having that relationship. That's the reason
why he, like, that was his
But it's not a requirement.
It's not a requirement, but that, like, it'll be his preference, though. Like, for me, it wouldn't be I say the same thing, too. I'm like, Onyx is like, if we break up, we can be friends. I'm like, yo,
no,
we never
were friends.
Ever friends before we started dating.
Exactly.
Like, we can maybe keep each other's social media or something, or like talk every now and then, but like
social media.
I'm not like, huh?
Do you think a friendship developed in the relationship?
Yes. A friendship does develop in a relationship while you're dating.
I mean, I don't know if I call it friendship, but I mean, I know what you guys are saying. I just don't know if I call it friendship. But like, she was like, what if we were both single and I like wanted to come down, like, to grab lunch or something? I'm like, why would I want to do that with you? Like, we're not.
There was a friendship. Oh my god. No. Okay. So to all the ladies that listen to this podcast, what I'm getting from this conversation so far is that the way Alex said that, we married our best friend, and guys never say that. It's just so true. I've never heard a guy. Oh my gosh. Eye-opening more epiphany. This is why I feel like some girls get hurt, because it's kind of like, you're not just my boyfriend. You're my best friend. And like you guys said, a best friend relationship carries certain components that a partner doesn't. Yeah. So now you're in my world as my partner, but also my best friend. Uh-huh. So now it's like everything more to us is intensified, because you're not just carrying one role. You're carrying two very significant roles in our life versus you guys.
And I wonder why. Is it because, are we now your best friend too? Because now we're the person that you text most of the day?
Yeah.
And that we're the person that...
components.
You see, here's the thing I found out.
But we do the same thing. We just call it something else.
Yeah,
we have the same connections.
But it's different, clearly.
I want to call time here, because here's the thing I found a lot, and it's usually with girls too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it does happen with guys too, but it's usually with girls. When a girl gets, like, always heard the friend I've seen with my own eyes. Girl gets a boyfriend, no one ever hears from her again. No one ever sees her again. No one hears from her again. Like, she
happens with guys too.
She comes out like once every month when you all used to chill every single weekend. Of course, there's more to share. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I feel that's part of the reasoning behind that too as well. It's like
they give up their actual friends.
They give up so much, and they invest
you're my best friend.
They invest, but that's
my number one.
And that's why that shouldn't happen though. Like, you should still have.
You should still have your friends.
It's so healthy. I was having this conversation. It's so healthy. I was having this conversation with my cousins. It's so healthy to have friendships and relationships outside of your actual relationship.
You know, that was me. I was her.
Snap,
she
snap.
Was I. She was I. Like what you described was me in my past relationship.
And do you know also the problem behind that too is like there's no one to keep you grounded if these people play the same exact roles. That's gonna be like, yo, you're tripping right now, or yo, she's tripping right now, or this is probably not best for you. You know, there's no way for you to get that
second
solid
opinion
advice from someone who's also your best friend but also your wife, because her intentions are not only looking out for you, it's also looking out for herself. Right? If I'm just going to my best friend about something between me and my wife, it's like his interest is going to be me, and then maybe his second interest will be in like making sure
the relationship is good. Yeah.
Right? Whereas if I'm going to my wife about our problems or whatever, it's her, it's me, it's our relationship. So there's a whole other factor in there between her happiness as well. And it's like, that's not the same thing then.
Even though I said, yeah, we're stupid because we do this, I still think your wife should still be your best friend. But not to the extent where you can't have other friends. Like me, my next relationship, I've learned that isolation is not okay.
No, it's not.
And
Definitely.
I'll be able to balance both now. I'm older, I get it, blah, blah, blah. Your wife can still be your best friend.
She can be. No one says she can be. I just
She
don't.
still
I don't think she should be. Though.
I feel like she shouldn't be.
I don't think she should be. I really don't.
Because we can't call you bro. She may not use that terminology.
She may not. It's just there's a whole different relationship.
I feel like I have the best friend cut out for something outside of my relationship.
Yes, exactly.
My best friend needs to be someone I can go to if I'm like, yo, she's tripping. I tried talking to her, it didn't work.
Fine, but you can have best friends for different things.
Or my best friend is who I invited to be my best man at my wedding.
You have a problem with your best friend. You're not talking to him. You're going to talk to your wife.
Right, because they have different roles.
Yeah.
Because my best friend is also
No.
Because you said
My wife still holds a role of like looking out for my happiness, of course. But
just like your best friend did when you had the problem with your wife.
Yes, but that's my wife though. It's different roles now. Like I know what you're gonna say. It's like, oh, it's kind of the same thing.
It's the same thing in different spaces.
It's different roles, and the differentiating of those roles is so key to this.
It's the same.
My wife could be trying to preserve our relationship. I mean, my relationship with my best friend. But at the same time, she might not be.
And
Because true. But I would that be in my best intentions, or that's my wife's best intentions? You know, and that's just off like a maybe she wants more time with me, maybe I spend too much time with my best friend or whatever. I feel like that's less likely to happen if it was the other way. Like if you're the person in a relationship and you're complaining about friends, I feel like that's different from being a friend in a relationship complaining about your girlfriend or boyfriend, your wife or your husband.
Hold on. I think I'm starting to see where Tati's coming from, because in my mind, the wife and the best friend roles were not identical,
they
but very
overlap.
similar.
They overlap,
but
for
they
sure.
existed in different spaces.
They do.
It's for example, would be like, you know, a local judge versus a Supreme Court judge. They're both judges, but you wouldn't call a Supreme Court judge the local. They're clearly different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your wife is the Supreme Court judge, while your best friend is the local court judge or the magistrate or whatever. They do the same things. They overlap. Their duties overlap, but you wouldn't intertwine them like that in your life. They're different.
Different rules.
They have much of the same functions, but they exist in different spaces in your life, and therefore they should be considered different.
Best friends in general. If you have more than one best friend and they don't know each other or something, they exist in different spaces. You do this with this best friend, you do that with that best friend.
If in this case though, they're both local judges though. No one's the supreme one. When you have your wife or husband, they become the supreme one. Like we'll say this right now.
Which is fine. You're number
wife.
one. Number one.
No, not number one person. Number one person. When you get your wife or your husband, they become the number one person in your life.
Until you have children.
Yes. No one's debating that, but it's just two different roles.
Yes.
That need to be differentiated from each other. Because you have now you're talking about double hurt. You're getting double hurt because your best friend also betrayed you, and your wife, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like that does.
I'm not gonna not be my husband. My husband's not gonna be my best friend because I'm afraid I'm gonna get hurt. If I get hurt, that sucks. But that's like
no. But the thing is, he's not your best friend. He's your husband.
No, he's both.
So I'm gonna ask you this: Why do you feel like your wife should be your best friend?
Because I feel like that's your ride or die. That's your partner. That's your everything. That's someone you should be able to go. I mean, if she's interested, like, you know what I mean? Let's just say she's interested in the things that you guys are interested in. You should be able to do that with her. Not saying you can't do it with your other best friends, but if there's a components of your best friends that she has that you could do with her, it shouldn't be like, well, I can't call her my best friend, even though she does everything my best friend would do because she's my wife.
So do you feel like it's a case where if you have A, you have B, but if you have B, you don't necessarily have A? Like if you're my wife, then obviously you're my best friend. But if you're my best friend, you're not really necessarily my wife.
I feel like it's like that.
So you feel like best friend just comes with the wife territory?
Yeah, and it doesn't. It shouldn't. It should
I
not.
feel like
It
I don't.
should not.
I mean,
It
personally, I
should
don't
not.
see how it doesn't.
But so you're saying wife is kind of a different word for best friend?
Wife is best friend on steroids. The thing is, the foundation is.
I'm quoting
best
that.
friend. Like, you know what I mean? Wife is best.
Oh,
friend
so
on
wife
steroids.
is best friend
On plus sex
with benefits.
plus you're the mother of my child plus an intimate, more deeper connection that I'm not having with my other friends.
So you couldn't have a wife if that friendship isn't there.
I don't think so.
But that intimacy is part of what makes the wife, that relationship.
Yeah,
That's
wife.
why
I'm kind of starting to see what she's saying now.
that intimacy doesn't exist for the best friend.
That's what I'm saying. It's on steroids. It's best
But
friend on
but the
steroids.
intimacy,
but then
the
it's-
intimacy is not part of the best friendship, though.
I understand that.
Do you understand that? Like the
Right.
intimacy is not part of that.
So
best
so when
friendship.
you add the intimacy, you didn't lose the best friendship.
You just became a wife.
You just have the
Steroids.
best friendship plus more.
Yeah.
Right? I like that's how I think I'm kind of starting to
It's
see
like
what
the
she
wife
means.
is more like the cherry on top of the actual friendship.
Like the fact that I can kiss you and be intimate and have children with you.
That brings a
is-
relationship component to it. But if you say, okay, you, God forbid something happened, you can't have sex with your wife for a year. There's something there that's keeping you there.
And
There's
it's not
a friendship. There's a connection. There's
it's not the
I can
intimacy.
still hang out and watch movies with you like I could.
I
There's
see
a
that.
friendship there that
I
is
see that.
keeping you with that attracted you to the person in the
There
first
is,
place.
but it's also extremely damaging to the relationship.
No, 100%. But you're not
Yeah.
gonna just up and leave. Well, I can't have sex.
Right, so
with you,
she
bye.
might-
There's a deeper connection there that surpasses the physical. It goes down to the basics of you're my friend.
Right.
You're my best friend.
And that goes back to a terminology that I used to hear a lot, right? With old married couples, they eventually become roommates and not husband and wife. That's the term that they use because the intimacy is gone. It's just a friendship. They wake up, say hi, pass me the paper, how's your day? No hugs, no kisses, no I love yous, nothing. They're just roommates. It's just the intimacy is gone. So all that's left is that friendship, that
And
best
even though
friendship.
it sucks, but when you get old, you're not having sex every day. That does die down.
Yeah,
but
you're
there's
still,
a friendship
but
there
but
that's
you're
like,
still
yo,
intimate with each other. Just because you're not having sex, you're still intimate with the person.
How?
I wouldn't call them roommates.
How?
You're still sharing special moments together. You're still going on dates together.
No, you're not.
That
I didn't think of that one.
No, that's what I'm
That doesn't
imagining.
sound like. I don't care how old I get. I don't see that happening. Like I see like.
But it happens. I'm not talking about like what you're
With-
gonna do,
alright,
what
so
I'm gonna do, but it happens.
with all like my aunts and uncles, my parents, like and my grandparents were they were divorced, but with my aunts and uncles were older than me and my parents, so they still go on dates, they still do things together.
Very
They're
healthy
very
husband and
intimate.
wife.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them roommates then.
I don't see a transition to roommates ever coming along.
I would say the roommates are just because you're not having sex. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as calling it roommates, but I'm just saying
Yeah, I
intimacy
feel like
does go away,
Yeah.
but the friendship lingers. The friendship is the basis.
I mean, you have to be cool with your wife, of course.
No, we're not talking about cool. I can be cool with anybody.
Yes, no. I'm saying you have to be cool. You have to be able to spend time together. You have to be able to chill. That's not.
But would you
not
marry
sex.
someone that you don't feel at least a best friend type connection with? At the very least, like if you think like you can't call her if you have something on your chest, if you feel like you can't confide in her, if you feel like she can't hold
I
your
feel
secrets,
like, no, I'm not saying that. But then we're getting like on venting to.
that's just an example.
Venting to your wife or husband is not always healthy. Or
No, I know that, but I'm talking about like secrets. Like if you feel like you couldn't confide in your wife to have like your secrets,
Of course, I need to be able to do those things.
right? So that's like
I need my wife to be able to keep.
But
a
you're not
secret.
doing that with anybody. You're doing that with your inner circle, just like you would do that with your
best friend. And before she can even like become like if she can't hold your secrets, you're not gonna marry her. You probably won't even be with her. So you need that. I'm on your side now.
I know.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand.
What the hell happened? You need
that.
I don't understand what happened.
You need what the hell?
I'm so confused. Happened in the last 5 minutes. I don't know what happened.
He understands my
You
point.
need because
No, I understand where you're coming from. That's not that I don't.
because it's like wife is best friend plus.
No.
But best friend is still there.
No. Wife is not best friend plus. Wife is wife.
She becomes
Wife-
wife.
Wife has
Wife is the wrapper of best friend
All right,
plus.
so, no, time out. See, it's the same thing we just said. You start dating somebody, you're not their friend.
Okay.
At first.
My interest in you is romantic.
It's being more than a friend. More than a friend doesn't mean not my friend. It means your friend and more.
Because while you're dating or in the talking stage, before she's your girlfriend, you're getting to know her. You're building something. If you didn't like her, you wouldn't call her your girlfriend. Therefore, if she wasn't if you weren't friends to a certain extent,
Look at my brother. Even the word girlfriend has the word friend in it. My brother. Think about it. Think about it.
Thank you.
I'm fucking with you.
I feel like last time me and him were on the same side, last episode, and it was like, but like,
You gotta stop converting people, man. We gotta stick to our sides when we come here. I'm kidding.
They're all supposed to be staying together. I don't know what's
There's
going
some
on.
type of level of friendship that you're like, you know what, Bet, she's a cool person. I can do this with her. I can do that. I can trust her to a certain extent. Let's make her a girlfriend.
Of course. No, I'm
More
not
than a
saying-
friend,
I'm
a
not
girlfriend.
So therefore, there's some level of friendship that's developing, and throughout your relationship, the friendship deepens.
Yes, but
As
the relationship isn't based on the friendship, though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the foundation.
It's not based on it initially, but throughout life, that's the foundation.
No. It is.
Yeah, it becomes the foundation.
Because from the beginning, when I say I'm not gonna be your friend, what am I saying? I'm not gonna be just your friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
That was you.
So, if I'm not gonna be just your friend, I'm gonna be more than just a friend. More than just a friend, but more.
The underlying thing is friendship.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna care about you. I'm gonna trust you like I do with a friend. But I'm also gonna be intimate with you. I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna take you on dates. A friend, but more. And that wrapper to just put instead of just friend plus, I'm gonna wrap that in something, and that wrapper is called a girlfriend.
Here's where I want to stop you guys really quickly. I just need you guys to stay with me here.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm not debating some of these points. Both good points. But, like we initially said, we are playing two different roles here, and we cannot lose how much of a factor the intimacy between you two is what
Changes the relationship.
yes, and it's also a basis of the relationship. Being able to be sexually attracted to this person, being able to have sex with them.
It's one of the foundations.
Being able to be I mean, I hope so.
Is one of the foundations, though.
Yes, it is.
What's the
And
other
then
foundation?
Trust, love. Those are the foundations you have. Before I would talk about, friendship. Like you could argue they're kind of the same.
Yeah, trust and
but
love.
Of course,
create friendship.
You trust and love your friends.
I
If
trust
I
about
can
my
sit-
family too, and
And then your wife is your family. We know
yes,
this.
yes, yeah, of course. But the basis of this relationship.
But you're not always friends with your family.
Go ahead. Khalil, go ahead.
Yeah. True.
Speech.
Right? So what's missing there? Is it because you don't like them as much? You can't, like, what?
It could be. It could be.
It's not like you don't love them, but
I don't think everyone automatically loves their family. I don't think so. I honestly
like,
don't think
if I have family, like, even if we don't talk every day, like, I'll still do anything for you. Like, if you call me up because you need something, I'm going to be there for you because you're my brother, or you're my sister.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't friends with their family, but you're my
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Right, and I will still do anything for you. So there's definitely
so.
love
Well,
there.
I'm thinking more of like in the extended family sense.
Oh, like cousins?
Yeah, cousins, uncles,
Oh.
aunts.
Yeah, I can see that. You don't always
feel
love
like
your cousins.
That's
didn't automatically
that's the
love your
sense
cousins.
I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would say like the fact that you said
But
sex,
you have the intimacy component, you have the trust component, you have the love component, you have the hanging out or talking to component.
You know what? I like that.
The relaxing to component. Like you have all these components, and these components aren't just for. These components are things that are intertwined with friendship. Don't get me wrong, but the intimacy and all these other things bring in a different aspect and a different role. So this is why it's not. I wouldn't call it a friendship.
All right, so hold on. You want to go? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say what you're saying is absolutely correct, but this is why I say all those other components that are strictly for a wife, steroids. is based off of the friendship.
So here's how I want to illustrate this.
The basis is also off of the intimacy, though. The
Right.
basis is off of the
Yes, there is.
attraction to each other.
So I like
that's
this.
the first. That's
Okay.
the
So
first
this
thing
is-
that happens.
So
That's
we're
what
talking
the
about the
basis is.
foundations of a marriage, right? Your wife and your husband. What are the foundations? So there's trust, there's intimacy, there's love. Let's say those are the three pillars. So with a wife, you have all three pillars. With a friend, you only have two, just the trust and the love, no intimacy. Is it not then fair to say that your wife is also your friend? Because she has those pillars that makes friendships.
But those pillars are forming something different, though. It's like I have three pillars and I'm trying to form a coliseum, and then I also have three pillars trying to form like a house. Like the pillars are performing, they're functioning for different reasons.
But think about like a food dish. Think about like a food dish with ingredients.
They're functioning for the house pillar functions are different from the stadium functions.
Think about it like a dish or a drink. If I want hot chocolate, let's say hot chocolate is my friend. Okay. I get hot water, I get milk, I get some cocoa, I mix it all together. I have a friend, I have hot chocolate. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna add marshmallows. If I add marshmallows, this is not my wife. Do I not still have hot chocolate?
But you're not understand good analogy, good analogy. Well, I'll go back to the pillar example, which you could have similar pillars, but they perform a different role. Like that marshmallow could add a complete different layer of taste or something else.
But you still have hot chocolate.
It's performing a different role for you, though.
It is.
So you can.
So it's not just hot chocolate.
No, but
a wife can have two different roles. Like, she can be your wife and she can also be your best friend. Like,
and I'm telling you, I don't think she should.
I feel like she already is.
Whether she should or not, she is. Here's the thing: you can have a friendship with no intimacy, but you can't have your marriage without no friendship. It won't work at all. But you can have a friendship with no sex.
I'm not debating that.
And so if you have a friendship,
I'm not debating that, but it's just in different roles, though. Like you're the friendship that happens out of whoever you're dating, whoever you're marrying, does not come out of me wanting I want to be friends with you.
And that's like fine.
That's why it's different.
But whether you wanted to or not, eventually over time that friendship is there. Whether you wanted
I'm not saying you're not friends with your wife, but I'm just saying they're playing different roles. Like if I'm coming to you off a basis of I want to be with you, my basis is not based off of friendship. It's based
that's not what's in mind.
Which is fine.
It's based off of sexual attraction. It's based off of like wanting to intimacy. Like all it's based off of those things.
And then
And then over time you do want those things to also be the things you said. I want to be able to trust you. I want to be able to love you. All those things,
right?
But what I'm initially basing it off is attraction and intimacy.
Which
so that's why it's different. That's what I'm telling you is different. I'm not saying.
And so because it started off different, the end product is different.
The basis is different, and the end goal. Not only the base is different, the end goal is also different. Like my end goal with my best friend is not to it could be to start a business with someone, but it's not to live with them. It's not to have kids with them. It's not to split bills with them, or it's not to introduce to my family.
Sense.
You know, the end goals are also
which
different.
is valid, and that's completely fine. From the beginning to end, it's different from what you would want with your best friend. But here's what I'm saying: this is why your wife can also be your best friend, because within that time,
Tati, she can be. She can be.
Okay, so the question is, should she?
She can be.
It's not even a should she anymore. It's already there. Whether you want to claim it or not, don't know about that friendship.
Don't know about that one.
I'm leaning to that though.
I don't think so.
I'm feeling that though.
The friendship is already there, whether you notice it or not.
It is there, but the best friendship,
There is a component of her being your best friend in that relationship.
Yeah, so I do agree with y'all that there is platonic elements to the friendship, to the relationship, but that's being that the basis is off of attraction, intimacy, and all those other pillars. It's just a different role.
You really feel like the basis is off of attraction?
I mean, you're not gonna.
It starts
that way, but okay. So
the attraction is what makes you interested, but the relationship wasn't formed on.
It's a large part of it though, because that's also the sexual aspects of that relationship.
It is.
So that comes from a large part of the initial attraction, and then the life goals, like we said, like the life goals that you plan on living with this person.
But the attraction is also linked to the friendship, though, because if the person doesn't have nice qualities, you're not gonna want.
You don't choose best friends off who looks good.
Okay,
No,
so-
but I'm saying you don't choose wife.
Maybe girls,
You're not really
girls do that. I think girls might do that actually.
choose friends based on who looks good.
You know, fam. How many times have you seen this?
I don't-
All my friends are bad bitches.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's girls who won't be friends with girls who are ugly.
Yeah,
I feel like that is kind of a.
that's actually true.
All right, so
But-
us
Some of
normal
them.
folk don't do that.
So
But that's not my. That wasn't my point. But
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
my point was that the attraction part is linked to the friendship part, because if they don't have the good qualities of a friend, you're not gonna find them really attractive anymore.
They can have those qualities, but they play a different role because of the intimacy, though. And the intimacy.
And the intimacy
and the-
depends on the friendship aspect being there, because if
it
they're
doesn't depend on it though, because the intimacy is also related to the sexual attraction aspect too.
right,
as well.
but you're not really sexually attracted anymore to someone who completely turns you off when they open their mouths.
I mean,
They open their mouths.
I assume that about anybody, though.
Right.
So that you're still sexually attracted to that person. Let's say they're not doing anything disparaging to make you not sexually attracted to that person. You're still sexually attracted to that person. So you have the sexual attraction aspect to it, the intimacy aspect of it. You have the life goals aspect of it. Because like we said, we're not planning on creating a family with my best friend or creating paying bills and marriage and introducing you to the family. Like, aren't things I do with traditional best friends here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. They play different roles. Like the pillars can be the same, right? You could have a hot cocoa example of hot water, milk, chocolate, and you could add marshmallow and that comes wife. But that hot chocolate is serving a different purpose before you add the marshmallow to it. If that's the case, it's serving like I want hot chocolate because it's a cold day for like the hot chocolate thing. But now if you add the marshmallow to it, it's like, oh, I want something hot and sweet to drink. It's a different purpose.
But what you just said, traditional best friend.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that your wife is your best friend, but may not be in the traditional sense, but she still holds that title of a best friend because she's doing things that your traditional best friends couldn't even do?
She doesn't hold that title. She holds her own special title. Like
Traditional.
Not
she
traditional.
holds her best friend. That's not special title. The special title she holds is wife. That's the special title she holds as.
Best friend on still. How
So-
many times I gotta keep saying best friend on steroids?
It's a different role.
So
It's a
here's the
different
thing
role.
with
It's a different
the
role.
best friend, right? And part of what Alice said, how you can't really do what you want to do with the wife, with the best friend, is like, and I said this too, like how you behave around them. Like you're with your boys and you see someone attractive scrolling through IG or in the streets, you're like, damn, she bad, right?
Yes.
That's something you like, yeah, damn, she bad. She look good. You move on with your lives.
Yes.
Can you, with your wife, walk down the street, turn to her and go, damn, she bad, without getting smacked or like sleep on the couch?
You can't do that. You can't start that. She can start that, and you can agree.
You still shouldn't agree though.
You can agree.
You
If
still
know-
shouldn't.
It depends on your partner. So
I don't
if you
see
think
many
your partner,
situations
oh, you guys,
where
I
the
think you guys
woman
don't
brings
get-
it up, unless it's like on TV. And
No.
where
That's
it's
what like a celebrity, right?
Yeah, like
On
a celebrity.
TV, yeah.
And she's on TV. It's like, oh, Rihanna's on. Oh, she's like so pretty. Like if that happens, but if it's like,
You guys really don't give girls enough credit.
No,
not-
if she brings it
not
up,
doing
it
it.
is a test. I said the same
But
thing.
It depends on your partner. You are right. It depends on your partner because it may be a test. But I know plenty of girls, and I'm included, that if I'm with my man and I see a girl like, oh, babe, she got a fat ass.
And what if you don't have a fat ass?
I know I don't, and he knows I don't.
And now you wanted to say, damn, she got a fat ass. That looks good.
Right.
Knowing that it's something that you don't have.
If he wanted someone
Set
with
up.
a fat ass,
Set up.
because
Cold red, bro. Get out
no,
of this.
I don't have a fat ass at all. And I'm okay with that in terms of if he wanted someone with a fat ass, he could have had someone with a fat ass. And he probably has had someone with a fat ass. But there's something with me, I don't have that, but I have other components where he wants me.
I like the self-confidence.
So I should be secure enough. The
But
thing is, we're
there's-
not blind.
But there's always a point in time in a relationship where you want validation, where, you need to know that, I don't have this fat ass, are you sure you're okay with that? Women do that. Like you can wake up next to each other like 20 years later, babe, do you still like me? Like they will do that, right? They want that. So this could be your way of making sure that he is still okay with you not having a fat ass. By saying, damn, babe, look at that fat ass over there. I feel like what you really want is like, babe, it's not your ass though. Like that's what I want.
I mean, he can say that.
That's what I feel like you
And
want.
that's nice.
But
But at the same
for you
time,
looking for validation, for him to just say, damn. All right, let's go home. Like you're not gonna think about that. You gonna be okay with that for real?
But my thing is, Why is him complimenting another woman taking away from me? It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Saying that, okay, she has a fat ass, me knowing that I don't, you know that I don't, you knew that when you met me, we're still together, you still love me. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Yeah, she has a fat ass.
But now,
I wish I had that. I don't. It's okay.
But now you know that this woman has something to offer him that you can't.
And I always
and
do that.
you know now with this specific woman that she can give him something that you can't.
Yes.
And you brought that to his attention, and he
Yes.
agreed with you that she has something to offer that you don't.
Yes. We all knew this.
And you feel absolutely okay with
Because
that as a
we know
woman.
This. It's not
you say
something
we,
that's-
you're a special case.
Shut up.
You're a special case.
I've done this in the past.
Shut up.
I've done this in the past.
You're-
This is big asses because I don't have
Do
them. It's
not
okay.
fall for it.
I don't.
It depends on your partner though, because you guys are absolutely right.
My woman could swear up and down. She can say, "Babe, no, tell me. I'm okay. I will never say it."
Oh yeah, right. It's like
Ever.
oh yeah. It's like oh, tell me what you don't like about me.
Why would you?
There's no way you find me perfect. Tell me what you don't like about me.
Right.
No, but I
No,
do
what
that
do you-
too.
what do you-
But not because I want you to tell me something like yo, because I'm trying to be better for you. Like yo, when I do this, does this bother you? Or like what's something you think?
But,
first, like,
but what if it's something that you can't be
See how
better
it was framed
about?
differently, though?
What?
See how it was framed differently from what I said?
But the communication matters. If she's coming
she's
at you
like,
like,
tell me
babe, what's wrong with me? I'm not.
No, it's not like
into
what's
that
wrong. It's
either.
like what don't you like about me? Like oh, that's like that type of thing.
And
Like
now,
you're already probing at, and then I say
Okay,
this.
so
It's
then
like
that's on
all
her.
these things.
and
See,
now
how
every
it
time
gets
she
her
sees
like
a
that
woman with a
either.
fat ass, we're like, "Oh, is that what he wants?"
Oh my god,
And
but
not
you should
me?
have known that. You should know your partner. You should have known that. Yeah,
But
that's
but
what
he
you
never
like.
went damn to a fat ass in front of you before. Now he has.
But you know what? Then if that's the case, you should have never brought it up.
You shouldn't have, but you know women.
Shut up. Shut up.
It was a test,
That's why
and he
it's a
failed
setup.
it.
That's why it's a setup.
She
Well,
wanted to know that, and
It
he.
be a test. I mean, if I'm pointing it out, it's because I see it. It's, to me, it's
Not
like,
necessarily.
So what if it was for a feature you did have then?
that I did have.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you should have asked. If anything, that's gonna make me more secure to point it out because I don't have one too.
Wait, what? What was the question?
No, if it was a feature that you did have.
A feature that I had that I saw in another woman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's no
I'm
problem.
gonna point it out even more because I know I had that too.
Yeah, that's
I
no
can compete
problem.
with that. You know. It's like,
See now, exactly. I can compete with that. That makes you feel good. What if I can't compete with that?
but here's my thing. It's not like it's something internal that she can possess that's completely unique to her. There's a lot of people with fat asses.
Mm-hmm.
If he really that was truly something that he really wanted, he wouldn't be with me. He would be with someone
But
else.
now you could be like, does he even really want to be with me?
He does.
Does he?
He does.
Ooh, I like. No, I'm not gonna challenge. I'm not gonna challenge that. I like that.
Because to be
And I'm
honest-
sure he does. And I'm sure, and you know how men are. We see something, we like it. We're very visual. We're very
Yeah.
physical. It's innocent as long as we don't act on it. We see a lot of women every day
Exactly.
that are attractive.
Exactly.
We don't say it because we can't say it, but you know that it's true. That's just how men are.
That's true. Yes.
Right. So for him saying for you to understand that that's the reality of being a man, that's different from him actually saying to you, this woman, this real life woman that I have access to, has something to offer me that you don't. And I love that you're confident about that, and I wish more women were like that. But in my experience,
It hasn't been
it's
out.
a test.
And I understand that, and I get that. But I just feel like, I had a point, I kind of lost it. But I just feel like we're not stupid. Like, you know what you look like. But here's my point.
It's not about being
How many
stupid.
times guys are like, yo, babe, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be with you. Or if I didn't find you attractive, like that can get annoying for you guys. Always having a girl like, babe, I don't have an ass, but
Yes,
like,
for
yo,
sure.
if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be with you.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
it's obvious she has this and I don't, but it's like, if he didn't want to be with me, he couldn't. Like I said, her having an ass is not something unique. A lot of people have that. Versus her, like, a personality trait, that would hurt me more. Because that could be a personality trait I don't necessarily possess. And that's
But
something
you can
he
always,
wants.
can't
But
you always
wouldn't be
just...
able to know a personality trait about
Yeah, unless you talk to them,
you
yeah.
can't point that out though.
But it's like, an ass, you can get an ass every day. And if that was the case, you could be with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone has, a lot of people have big asses. And nothing unique where I'm just like, damn. Like, let me go to Florida, get
It
a
might-
BBL real quick.
It
Like,
might be what I'm thinking about. It might be that the women who are concerned about this are the ones who've been cheated on or betrayed
And
before,
I've been cheated on and betrayed before.
and you still feel this way.
Yes. Because at the end of the day,
That's good. That's good though.
yeah,
You can't
it
let
is
let
good.
it like linger on.
But it's like, not saying if he cheated on you, he didn't want you, but if he found something in someone else, okay, go ahead and do that. That's
Right
it
attitude.
wasn't me.
Correct
It is what it is.
attitude.
But then there's someone else who's going to want me and not cheat on me because I have what they want. Not saying I got cheated on because, like, girls get cheated because you don't possess something. It's more on their end, but it's like, that shouldn't make you think, wow, damn, I don't have an ass, and he cheated on a girl with a big ass.
So now let me test him to see if he wants girls with big asses. Babe, look at that ass.
Yeah,
and he says,
saying,
damn. And now you're like, wait a minute.
Honestly, girls always say they want an honest guy until they get an honest guy.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, thank you.
So it's like, don't do the setup because you may not like what you hear, and at the end of the day, it's not his fault, it's yours. Because you made him comfortable enough to think, like, oh, okay, she's secure in herself, or not even secure, she doesn't mind. We were both not blind, and she understands that. Now he says something you don't like, and now you're mad at who yourself.
But
thank you.
And back to the original point.
You can do that with your best friend.
I can do it with my best friend.
Even if my best friend's a woman.
You can.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to, your wife being your best friend doesn't mean you do everything with
No,
her.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
So,
it
but
doesn't.
she can still be your best friend even though you're not commenting on a bitch's ass.
It's just different roles. It's
different roles. Different best friend roles.
Different
friend roles. Because
Different roles.
you're not gonna go ahead and talk to your wife. What's something you can talk to your wife about? I don't know. There's a lot. I think of it right now. Like there's
a lot of
things,
stuff.
yeah,
Something you can talk to your wife about that you wouldn't talk to your boy about?
Be stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's
But to be honest, like a lot of
Think about stuff.
interpersonal stuff, like insecurities of like you may have.
I can talk to my boys about that.
Okay, I feel like I'm not making.
I feel like I'm scrawny.
I don't want to hear about this, man. I don't want to hear about this, man.
That comes from deep psychological issues that's different from. That's different from saying I can confide in I'm broke as fuck, bro. I'll tell my boys that. I'm skinny as hell. I ain't got no biceps, no chest.
There are things. I do agree with there are things that you can't, that you won't tell your boys that you.
So
I just can't think of any.
Best friend situation right there. Like it's different things you can do with different best friends.
There are different. Yes, that's
and
true.
She's just a different type.
And what if you have
friend.
different priorities now? Like if one is clearly above the other, can you
Your
still
wife
consider
should
them?
Be clearly above the other.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's play a scenario game, right?
Okay.
So, you and your best friend have made plans. Your best friend, let's say, lives in New York, and you live in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys don't see each other that often. Close enough, but like kind of like you gotta plan a whole day around it, right?
Okay.
Like 5-hour drive. So you have to plan a whole day. You have to plan a whole day around seeing your best friend from Boston to New York. Your wife has a really bad day at work, but you and your best friend already had plans. What are you doing?
She has a really bad day at work.
And your friend came from New York?
Yeah.
My friend came from New York, and now she wants me to cancel the plans with him to be with her?
Mm-hmm. Because she had a really bad day. She needs you to there.
She needs... That's a strong word.
She had a really bad day.
It's a strong word.
And she knows
she just
about the friend coming?
She's just... your friend does not matter. She's really upset.
No, wait, but does she know?
Day's coming?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is she asking, babe, can you cancel?
You already made these plans clear.
I feel like it's kind of selfish.
Of her?
Yes.
I agree.
I feel like that's kind of selfish.
Unless, like...
But you know what?
Because
She
you know why?
She knows I'm unavailable.
She broke down that... She knows you're unavailable. You're husband. You're always available.
Not when I have plans with friends for the whole day. Friends that they're going to come down to New York.
If an emergency happens...
This is not an emergency. She's not in danger.
It could be an emergency.
She's upset. She's crying.
Okay, so here's my thing. I think her wanting him to stay, understandable, complete, but also she needs to understand your bad day is still going to be here when I come home. My friend is not. And like your bad day at work, 24 hours from now, it's still going to be the bad day at work that happened. We can talk about it.
This even brings me to a better example I saw on social media. I'm happy you brought up that bad day still going to be here when you're at work right now. Okay. So, a recent example I saw on social media. Your wife's giving labor and your best friend just gets shot. Where are you going? Where are you going? It's not. I don't feel like it's that extreme either, honestly. Or your best friend
life-threatening got shot. Like
he's in critical condition.
Serious condition. And versus your wife though, giving birth to your first child.
Okay, it's easy for me.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm going to my wife. I feel like I'd go to the... You know why? Because once my child is done being born, I can go see my friend.
What if he's dead by then though? That's why I was going to say my friend.
Labor's a long process.
I was going to say I'll go see the friend because that could be the last time.
We're already at
but let's be honest. Depending on the...
And it doesn't have to be a gunshot. It could be like a car accident or like just any type of serious fatal...
Okay, so I know this is an extreme, but I just got to put it in your minds. If your wife is black, chances of her dying in labor.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
100%.
You had to put that out
100%.
there.
100%. I think it's like, what is it, like 3 out of 1,000?
Like, it's ridiculous.
It's like 3 or 5 out of 1,000, I think.
So,
which is high.
Yeah, it is.
Extremely high.
and just in general, labor is just a life-threatening process. So now we got 2 life or death scenarios. Yeah, granted, the gunshot or the thing is more likely. I give you that.
You see? Is it a matter of... You see? The thing I'm getting at here is, does priority overcome principle?
For me, if I was a wife in labor, am I gonna be a little like hurt? It's our first child together, you missed it. But if you're telling me your best friend, and I think this is what women and men, but women mostly, I feel like they have this issue, understanding the roles that your husband's friends plays in his life. Like, this is not just his best friend. This could possibly be the godfather to your child. This is the person you're telling me, Uncle Jimmy. Like, you know what I mean? Understand that priority. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna want someone, but you know, I'll probably have my mom, and I'll probably have your mom.
And he's gonna be hurt too.
Yeah, he's gonna be hurt too. It's not something easy for him, but it's like your best friend may die. I would understand you going to him and then coming to me after. I would understand that. It's gonna hurt. We're gonna probably have to talk about it in terms of like, yo, that really hurt me. I know that hurt you. Blah blah blah. But I would understand that.
So is there ever? And you said the other. I'm honestly I'm leaning with you, by the way, Khelil, which is the
best friend
that I guess is more likely to die.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because I could miss the birth of my baby, but I'm still gonna see my baby once I go back.
I do feel like there's situations where I would miss the birth of my child. If I had like a serious opportunity, like once in a lifetime, or like very extremely rare. Like it's kind of
like
hard to...
signing a $2 million deal or going to see the birth of my child. I'm not mad at you if you get that $2 million.
Yeah, but like, and honestly, like, we're not, like, athletes do it sometimes, where, like, you're in, like, a championship game and you miss the birth of your child, or you could have, like, a really big client event for your company. Yeah. And you, like, it's only, hey, today's the only day this guy's going to be here, and you went into labor. It's
and also...
what is the... When does... So my thing is, when does priority overcome principle? You know?
Principle should be first. Principles tell you your priorities.
But there is times, like in a situation, if your best friend from New York, your wife is going through emergencies or just breaking down, I feel like...
You have a principle to keep the plans unless there's an emergency.
Yeah, but the priority of your wife also changes how it's viewed.
Your wife is still more important to you than your best friend.
Yes,
but the principle will let you go hang out with him anyways.
Do you see your wife though? That's the whole thing I'm getting at. Do you see your wife because of she's the priority? So it may break principle even though you agreed to this specific plan, but she might need you more.
So when does your wife overcome principle?
Yeah, exactly.
When it's an emergency. Because that's part of the principle. I keep my plans until there's an emergency. If she's not in danger or putting anyone else in danger, it is not an emergency.
So
we all get sad.
I kind of do agree with you, but I'm like...
The bad day situation.
Yeah.
That is just like strictly bad day. I'm crying. Oh my God, a bad day. Or like...
Like she might quit her job now or something like that.
That job's going to be gone if I'm here or not.
I think it depends on how she reacts. Because if it's like, yo, babe, I just quit my job, didn't I pay? Or like if she's really having like a panic attack about this, like completely disheveled, it may not be a cancel. You have to know your partner. Because if your partner is very like sensitive, emotional, and it's just like things like this hit her hard, you may have to like, yo, bro, I'm going to be a little late. Compromise. I'm going to be a little late. She's going through something right now. I just got to be with her for like this hour.
Sounds like she's in danger. She could stop breathing. Then I'll definitely cancel. Because that's the principle. That's an emergency.
Bro, yeah.
And the thing is with the birth and the death and the gunshot part, what role, why are we... I understand that witnessing the birth of your child is miraculous. Mm-hmm. It's very special, once in a lifetime, especially for your first child. But what am I doing in the hospital that's going to ease...
Second and third child, you always at the short end of the stick, you know?
What am I doing at the hospital that's going to...
I've seen the first two. I was like, I can miss the third one. You know, like, what's that about?
Honestly, I don't even know if I want to see I just want to be there when it happens. I don't want to, like, look and see.
That's fine.
But what role am I playing here? How's me being there helping?
A major role.
Explain it to me, because I don't know.
You're her comfort. You're her voice. You're her advocate. She's not going to be able to think about, like, a lot of people have birth plans and they have that person because in that sense, you're not in your right mind.
Right.
You're going through pain. You're about to give birth. So much is going through your mind.
And I'm thinking the doctors know what to do.
They don't. If the doctors knew what to do, we wouldn't be dying. I'm just saying.
Fair
you're
point.
The person
Well, they know more than me at least.
Yeah, in terms of medical, yes, but in terms of this is my wife, she said she didn't want this. Like, I need
Okay.
And it's like you never know. Something happens. She has to go to emergency C-section. You're that person there to advocate for her because at the end of the day, your partner, especially in that moment, is the only person that you can count on. To make sure that you are safe throughout this process. So not having you there can make a traumatic experience even more traumatic because she doesn't have her she doesn't have her protector. That's who you are in life in general, especially in a moment like that.
Yeah, I get that now.
You know what? I just wanted to see something real quick. That's all I wanted to see. I was just curious.
So in conclusion, what are you saying? So wives should not be best friends because they operate in completely different roles. We look at them different. We feel different about them.
It's just a different role.
And you're saying that wives should be best friends because, well, they already are. They already
are.
fulfill every function of a best friend in addition to other
guys
functions.
To propose to, like, plenty of people went to high school are engaged. I want you to see, or married. I want you to go through all their social media posts and see how many of them said they married their best friend and compare that to vice versa with the girls who got proposed or married to and say they married their best friend.
But just because they didn't say it doesn't mean
it's not true. But I'm just saying the mindset is different.
It
Guys don't say I married my best friend.
I haven't heard it.
But I feel like they wouldn't even be that vocal about it. Like, yeah, you guys are, yo, that's my best friend. But it's just like I feel like when it comes to relationship, guys tend to kind of keep inside how they truly feel.
Well, that's what I said. That girls romanticize the idea that this is my best friend as well.
Guys can sometimes romanticize without even realizing it, but they're just not so outwardly about it. Like, it's not really, you don't really, like you said, you don't really hear guys, yeah, I married my best friend, versus the girl, yeah, I married my best friend. And that's okay, but that doesn't mean
he doesn't feel the same way.
He doesn't feel the same way. That doesn't mean at the end of the day, he doesn't
There's
know
nuance
that's my girl, that's my ride or die, that's my everything, that's my best friend, mother of my child, wife, video game partner, this, that, and third.
Just because it's not on social media doesn't mean it's not real.
Like, if your friend said she married your best friend, would you feel some type of way?
No.
If what?
That better be your best friend. Your husband, to a certain point, is before me.
No, of course.
So, of course, that's your best friend.
Would you feel jealous about the title, though?
No. That should be your best friend.
What about you?
Wait, what was the question?
Would you feel jealous, like, if someone said, if your best friend said they married their best friend, would you feel jealous?
Oh.
If you were already their best friend, like, from day one?
That's me, dude. What the fuck you talking about? What's this man talking about?
Oh, I'm saying.
So this is why guys don't say it, because they would feel some type of way themselves. Versus girls were just like, your man's your best friend. Go ahead. I hope I find one too.
I've been your best friend.
I just feel like there's like a sense of loyalty. Yeah,
I've been your best friend, and now all of a sudden I'm not your best friend because this girl that you like.
My babies? Are you sleeping with me at night?
I don't have to do all that.
That's why she's your wife.
Right. That's why I'm not
steroids.
No, wife. That's why it's a different role.
You know what? I might be on Team Alice again. I don't know, man.
You know, there's a certain best friend component to it. You even recognize that.
But there's also different roles.
There's different.
Because she were to claim her as a best, that doesn't take away from the best friend aspect you bring, because it's two different types of best friends. So it wouldn't take away from you.
The different type of... Alright, so I'll even say it's a different type of best friend.
Oh, thank you.
I'll even say that the different type of best friend is wife. That's what it is. Alright? That's what I'll say. It's different roles here. Alright? Different.
That's fair.
Alright, Opinion Thati podcast. We want to give a special to Thati.
Thank you.
Girlfriend's Guide podcast. Make sure you check it out.
100% check out Girlfriend's Guide podcast. It's on all
Yes, all platforms. Mm-hmm. Coming out with something soon. Stay tuned.
What's the Instagram again?
At Girlfriend's Guide _podcast.
There you go.
Strongly recommend you check them out. Thati, thank you again for coming.
Thank you guys. Very fun conversation. I enjoyed it.
Opinion Thati podcast. Find us on Apple, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you like the video, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Guys, claim your girls as your best friend.
If you feel that way.
You do. You do deep inside.
We will see y'all
next week.
Bye.